Welcome to It's Fighting Stupid International Headquarters. I'm RT with your UFC 134 preview. UFC 134 takes place from beautiful Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, from the HSBC Arena. The first fight on the Spike TV portion of the card is going to be Thiago Tavares taking on Spencer the King Fishe. Thiago Tavares is a Brazilian top team fighter who trains under Rousimar, sporting a 20-4 record with 11 submissions. Thiago Tavares is a very exciting fighter who's won 1-1 in his last 3. He's got a knockout loss to Shane Roller to go with a submission victory and a draw against Nick Lentz. In Spencer the King Fishe, he's taking on a former Militich fighter who's extremely crafty on his feet. He's a consummate professional, a veteran who's seen it all. I think he's going to be a really good fight for Thiago Tavares. This is a perfect fight for Spike TV, as it'll be a good illustration of what MMA is. In this fight, I like Thiago Tavares. I think he's got a little more well-rounded game. I think he's going to be motivated and on point in Brazil. I think he's going to get the W here. Moving up the card, we've got Rousimar Palhares taking on Dan Miller. Palhares is another Brazilian top team fighter who trains under Rousimar. He's a leg lock specialist who has 2 leg lock victories in his last 3 fights, and he's looking good. In Dan Miller, he's taking on an MMA fighter who fights out of Whippany, New Jersey, brother to lightweight contender Jim Miller. Danny's primarily a grappler, though he's been diligent working on his stand-up. In this fight, I think Rousimar Palhares is going to be a little bit better on the grappling department. I think he's going to be more physically strong, and I think he's going to be able to get it where he wants it and grind out a decision. Moving to the pay-per-view portion of the card, our first fight is Luiz taking on Stanislav Nedkov. Nedkov is formerly a Sengoku fighter who has victories over Kevin Randleman as well as Travis View. Though that's pretty much indicative of the competition that he's faced thus far. So in Baja, Kane is getting into some real deep water. Though he's 1-2 in his last 3, Kane's fights have been against Elliot Marshall, Rogerio Nogueira, and Cyril Snake Diabate, who are they're higher caliber opponents. And I think Nedkov's bit off more than he can chew here. I like Baja Kane by KO or TKO early in the second. Moving up the card, we've got Edson Barboza taking on Ross the Boss Pearson in my pick for fight of the night. Both these guys are action fighters. Ross the Boss Pearson's got a very good boxing game. He trains out of Team Roughhouse with Paul Semtex Daly and Dan Hardy. In Barboza, he's taking on one of the most exciting strikers in the division. I think this guy's going to be a big star. I think it starts Saturday night when he takes home the knockout of the night bonus over Ross the Boss Pearson. Moving up the card, we've got mixed martial arts legend, heavyweight pioneer, Antônio Nogueira taking on Brendan the Hybrid Schaub. This fight really pains me. Antônio Nogueira is coming off 2 hip surgeries as well as a knee surgery, and the word on the street is he really rushed his rehab in order to get back in time for this fight. Having 40 professional fights and having never fought in Brazil, I think it was just too sweet of an opportunity for him to pass up. I think, though, it's going to come back to bite him in the ass here, as Brendan Schaub is 9-1, has dynamite in his hands. He's an NFL caliber athlete, and I think right now he's really meeting Nogueira at the perfect time. Nogueira's shot worn and his chin appears to be failing him. I think Brendan Schaub probably tattoos him and gets a KO victory. Though I have been wrong, I thought Randy Couture was going to beat Nogueira only to have Nogueira come out and fight the fight of his life. I hope it happens again. Probably won't. Moving up to the co-main event of the evening, we've got Maurício Shogun Hua taking on Forrest Griffin in a rematch from UFC 76. This is going to be a very exciting fight that has a lot of parallels to their first fight. In their first fight, Maurício Shogun Hua was coming off knee surgery. He's coming off knee surgery in this fight. In the first fight, his conditioning failed him. In the second fight, will it? Who knows? Right now, the word on the street is Shogun's in excellent shape. He came in early, he came in on weight, he looks to be in excellent condition. Who knows, though? Fighting condition and good appearances are 2 different things. Forrest Griffin is always in good shape. He pushes a relentless pace. He's a big light heavyweight, and he could very well win here, and I think he's going to. I look for Forrest Griffin to take a decision over Maurício Shogun Hua. Moving up to the main event of the evening, we've got Anderson the Spider Silva taking on Yushin Okami in a rematch from Rumble on the Rock 8, where Yushin Okami scored a controversial disqualification victory over Anderson Silva. Anderson the Spider Silva is considered the greatest fighter in the UFC right now, riding a 14-fight victory. He's pretty much cleared out the entire middleweight division and has done things that haven't been seen before in mixed martial arts. I think that trend continues Saturday night when he KOs Yushin Okami in spectacular fashion. I'd like to take this opportunity to discuss the main event on Fox right now. There are rumors swirling that for the first main event on Fox, they might try and get Anderson Silva to have a quick turnaround and go ahead and fight on November 12th. Though I'm predicting him to beat Yushin Okami Saturday night, I don't think this is going to be an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination, and I don't think you're going to be seeing Anderson Silva fight November 12th. Yushin Okami is very durable, he's very physically strong, and he's got a good wrestling game. He's going to get in Anderson Silva's face, and he's going to make him work. Anderson Silva's not going to come out of this fight unscathed, though he is going to come out with a victory and with unseen popularity in Brazil. This has been your UFC 134 predictions with our team.